Hi there. Welcome to 1122 Arbor Drive in Bartlesville, Oklahoma. I'm going to give you a buyer's tour. This home behind me is 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, and it also offers 2,529 square feet. So, I'm going to give you a tour. This property is listed by the Ali Atkinson team. There's a 3-car garage. Let me show you around. Okay, here's the street. You have a nice big solid brick mailbox. 3-car garage. There's a tiny gentle slope from the sidewalk down to the house. Nice, looks like an oak tree here. So there's just a little bit of a slope on the driveway. And then we come down to the garage. The roof is only a year old and the gutters as well. It's all been replaced. There's a little tiny side yard over here. The AC condenser unit. All the fascia. Soffit looks good. I don't see any cracks. And the fascia of the soffit with a brick so far. This one got a few things. HVAC system in 2022 was replaced. Oven and microwave in 2023. Pool pump in 2023. So they've had some updates. Really cute covered porch. Back it up here. Little spot where you can sit. Nice little tree there. Some nice landscaping. And then the front entry. It takes us right into the foyer. This looks like the peel and stick stuff that you can take off if you want. The back side of the door is beautiful wood color. And the foyer, these look like 10-foot ceilings. Have to double check. Nice closet here. And then the living room. So this one has one living room. There's the dining room. A nice tray ceiling. And you can see this doorway is really tall. The fireplace looks like it's in nice shape. Obviously, with this home being a newer build. Gas fireplace. Looks like it's in pretty good shape. And then you have the breakfast nook here and the kitchen. This flooring newer. It has a little bit of a texture on it of the LVP. And then tile here. The kitchen is, it looks like granite. Nice bar. And these are what look to be 36-inch upper cabinets. They're really tall and pretty. Inside's got a little bit of, usage. Outside is in fantastic shape. A lot of storage here. Looks like the pantry with pull-out drawers. Be careful not to scrape those up. And then this one's even taller. A lot of storage there, wow. Granite continues over here, and this is like a desk space. Storage. That's the laundry entrance. I'll take you in there in a second. The appliances are newer. This one said it had a new dishwasher and microwave, but looks like the stove is maybe a little older. These cabinets are in pretty good shape. A little bit of wear on the inside. Dishwasher is newer. And they have one of those plastic protective things under here. Looks pretty good under there, and they actually smartly made that one solid wood so that it won't get so damaged under the pour sink. Backsplash is like a stone. Pressure. Yeah, so that's the kitchen. There's a storage over here too. And the island is, you know, fairly small. It's probably 36 inches, give or take, long. And then, you know, 2 feet wide plus the overhang of the granite. But definitely some additional space here. Try to see if you can move it if you wanted to. These are a little worn out under there, but outside, it's a pretty good solid wood shape. And then, so this one has a separate floor plan where there's 2 bedrooms on this side of the house, down this little hallway, and then 2 bedrooms on the other side by the entrance. And then this has a back door. And then the other back doors off the primary bedroom. I like these tall ceilings a lot. So there's a little hallway here. Then the ceilings drop down to 8 foot. Closet. Okay, so we have a bedroom here, and then a bedroom straight away, and then like a Jack and Jill bathroom. So this is a decent sized room. Same wood flooring from the living room. Miniature walk-in closet, I guess I would say. And the view from this is the neighbor's house. This bedroom. And then this is our Jack and Jill bathroom. It's just a shower. It's in pretty good shape. Original fiberglass surround. A little bit of a step up. Toilet. It's a pretty low toilet. And then cabinetry. Some storage. And then this is honed marble. There's a little pretty modern-ish color. Kind of a taupey gray, warm gray, and white. And this is not too bad under there. Looks like that might be the water. I don't know if they don't have a shutoff valve and they put a sprinkler shut off there. I'm not sure what that is. So, definitely used, but solid wood. It looks like oak, I would guess, on the doors and surrounds. And then there's a fan in here. The tile, the weave matches, or closely matches, I think, the kitchen area. And then this bedroom, you can come to. This is what looks to be the smallest bedroom. And then, but it has a bigger closet. So that's a bonus. And then it has a view of the backyard with a nice big double window and the pool. So that's kind of nice. Okay, so let's go to the other side of the house and see the primary bedroom and the last kind of secondary bedroom. So then here, there's a little hallway. Again, the ceilings drop down to 8 foot on these sides of the house. However, this bedroom looks like it has a higher 10-foot ceiling. Yeah, so this bedroom has a taller ceiling, which is nice, and then a pretty arched window. This bedroom, you know what, I lied. This might be the smallest bedroom. So there's the closet, double doors. This would be a great office space over here by the primary bedroom. So you can see, I mean, you could definitely fit a queen size bed in here for sure if you wanted to, and a dresser, just not, you know, super duper big. And then there is a nice size little closet in here for your winter coats. Lots of shelving. And then this is the primary. So it looks like you could probably put your bed over there on that wall, or over here coming off this wall. Unless you wanted to block the window, but then you wouldn't be able to get a nightstand next to that door. But tray ceilings. So then it looks like it's 8 foot with the exception of the tray ceiling that takes you up to maybe 9 foot. So I'll confirm. I think the main living area is 10-foot ceilings, but I'll confirm. There's your closet for the primary bedroom. And then the bathroom. And this has the same tile as the kitchen. And then there's another closet in here. This looks like his closet. And then a little toilet room, which is nice. Pretty low toilet there. A little tiny window for some light, which I can appreciate. And then lots of storage in here. As far as the cabinets go, you have this extra storage. And then the shower is not super narrow. It's kind of got some space to it. You can see 1 foot, 2 foot, maybe 3 foot deep. So it's not just a tiny cube. It's got a little bit of space. And the grout looks like they painted the grout. They used like a grout stain, probably paint and sealer situation at some point, which you could get a razor knife or a razor scraper and scrape this excess off. It looks like they just kind of didn't get all of it off. They probably did that to seal it up, or maybe it had like a gray grout they didn't like, or I don't know. Maybe there's too much moisture in here and the grout wasn't looking so hot. Like that could be biogrowth. Potentially. Is what I'm seeing. Under this. So they definitely stained or painted this grout. For sure. This too. It's all been painted. So maybe it just looked really bad with mildew because it didn't get cleaned. So there's that. And that looks like, yeah, just. Okay. Then the tub is the same matching as the vanities. Again, the honed marble, kind of taupey grayish. You know, warm gray is the other bathroom. And then this nice big garden tub is the same color. Kind of that taupey gray. window to the front yard, and then that block window. And off we go to check out the view of the pool from the primary. So there is a hot tub, which is awesome. And then there's a little wall, which I'm going to go out there and show you for privacy. So that's cool. And then there's a door off this primary. It kind of has a private little patio area too, and access to the hot tub. So see, you kind of have some privacy on this side and access to the primary. And this part is covered, which is nice. And then that's your view. You can see a couple neighbors' rooftops for sure. This hot tub is really a good size hot tub. Nice big, wide. I mean, this has got to be 18 inches or 24-inch wide seating around it, which is pretty neat. And then there's gardening around here, and then there's some space behind here. It looks like some of the water drains back away from the house, downhill towards their houses. So there's a seat down here on this end of the pool. Oh no, there's a worm in the pool. Sorry, buddy. Let's turn this sideways. Pool's a pretty decent length. It's a little bit narrow, but pretty long size to make up for that. And then you can see this privacy fence that they put in. There's a manhole back here, so there might be some sort of access for that required on an easement or something. There's another utility thing, but no big deal. Looks like that garden bed's being held up with that chain right there, so it doesn't fall down the hill, but space behind there. So the grass is in great shape. The Bermuda grass is really thick. There is some electrical lines that run right here as well. And there's the back porch. The roof looks like it's in pretty good shape. Pretty nicely done. I'm not seeing any cracks on the bricks. The bricks look like they're in good shape. Looks like this water, okay, so the water runs, I don't know what's going on there, but the water runs kind of away, you can see downhill, away from the house. And this is the side yard access. It looks to me like they added a bunch of dirt there, because I bet a lot of the dirt had washed away. So they probably didn't want that to look really bad. So you would probably want to put some gravel or something here to keep all your yard from running away from you, because it looks like they added some dirt here too to keep the yard from escaping. But yeah, there's the neighbor's house. It's pretty out here for sure, and that waterfall is really nice with the vibes. Okay, that is it. All the fascia is in great shape. The roof looks good. There's poles right here. So if you wanted to put curtains on those with like shower rings or something, you could slide curtains. This is the living room window. It looks like it's in pretty good shape. Okay, so then if you come in this door, you're back in the living room. And this is not a French door, it's a single opening door, a fixed or whatever you call it. Okay, so now we will go into the garage. And I don't think I showed you the fridge. Nice French door fridge. And I did not show you this half bath. So there's a nice little bench here when you come in from the garage. Some hooks. And this opens up. Looks like they kept the dog food in here, which is smart because this is kind of heavy. Little bench. And then this hallway is separate from technically the laundry room. So you can actually close the laundry room door so you don't have to listen to the washer and dryer going. And there's a little countertop, same cabinets as the bathrooms, which are different from the kitchen. These are like an oak. The kitchen is something else. Nice bright window in here. You could probably put some storage shelves if you wanted to there. There's probably enough space. And then the half bath has a shelf up here that doesn't look, it's just kind of one they hung up there, so won't hold any weight really. Toilet. All the toilets are very low. And then the pedestal sink. But it's fairly spacious half bath. Like, it doesn't feel cramped at all. It feels very spacious. And then let's go out to the garage. Some stuff stored out here. But the 3-car, so this is the 2-car side. The additional side has the tornado shelter in it, so you wouldn't be able to put a car on that side. Here's the HVAC unit. Looks like it has the drain pipe. Don't see a sediment trap, so something inspector might mention since that's a new code. Assuming there's a water heater in here. Yes. So there's the water heater. Has the drainage, looks like it's piped out, which is good in case it overflows. Pretty sure this is the sediment trap, so that's good. Yeah, it's got a shut-off valve. Looks newer. Yeah, it was inspected 1/29/2026. And then it has the downspout for the pressure valve, which is good. Very good. And then tornado shelter is over here. And the electrical box. And then your attic access. Which, that looks like a newer door. I don't know how new, but electrical panel, sprinkler system is a Rainbird, which is good. The tornado shelter is fairly spacious. Has a light in it and a little fan. That's good. I wonder if it works. Just a little. Seems like it might be battery operated. Not sure. There's your tornado shelter. Okay. Now, I think that's all we have for this property. And we'll go on to the next one.